Okay, so when you open Access, you're going to see the startup page. So basically you've got Access files, databases, and on the right you can take a look at the templates here. There's a lot to choose from, asset tracking contents, students, etc. So we're going to start with a blank database to start. Okay, so the navigation pane is on the left. It's got all the objects inside the database, and the main preview is where you edit everything. So they're divided into tables, forms, queries, reports, macros. We're going to start, we're going to go over all of these, but basically the tables are used to collect and store the data in order to kind of control your, or make your own database into columns and rows. So basically this is just kind of an example going on of upcoming tests with students in a class. By default, your Access document has a single table called Table 1, which is empty, and you can rename this if you want. So first, fix the kind of data by save it by adding each field. So click on Click to Add, and you can change the format and then type in names for this first field, maybe age, for this example of these students. Start putting in names, numbers, basically the same kind of format as when we start doing Excel. So choose a date, yes, no to add a clickable, and you can add attachments. So if you want to add any kind of a file, you can add that in there, and then a hyperlink, to add a URL to any relevant website. So to edit the data, just go to Data Type under Fields tab. And then once the fields are defined, you can start to insert your data. So putting in your names, age, whatever it is for your organizational chart. So as fields and records are filled in with your data, this is the database basically. And to gather data, you can also import external files like from Excel or use math or logic expressions inside the fields. So if you want to import an external database, you'd go to External Data, and then basically it shows you PDF files, Excels. You can import, basically from any kind of file from Access or other servers, and that's basically how you do it. So if I were to open up something from Excel, basically it's going to show you what it's going to look like importing the tables. And that's how you add new fields. Okay, so use the Table tab to make the table interactive. You could add scripts, titles. We're not going to go over that right now though. So if you want to rename a field or change it, right click and go to Rename. In the bottom right corner you can change the View to Use tab. You can switch how you view this in order to manage the properties in the field, such as the data type, format, etc. To save and close, just right-click, save, and then you can also double-click on it from the navigation page to reopen, and rename it, delete it by right-clicking. If you want to create another table database, go to Create, Table, or table design, and this new table is going to show up on the workspace under a new tab. If you want to create a new form, open up the table and go to Form under the Create tab, and this basically gets the same name and content from the table. Each record is a page inside of that form that shows all the compiled fields, such as the name, IDs, age, etc. So to save the whole Access database or any of the objects, basically go to File, Save As, Save Database As, and that's basically how you're going to save the whole Access document with all the tables and information that you've been working on. So let's choose Save Object As to save the access object shown on the main preview. You can also go to the External Data tab and go to Export. So you can export it if you want it as a text file or as an Excel document or even a PDF, etc. And that is pretty much it.